Here's the truth. Men are not leaving relationships. Men are beginning to accept the well-documented fact dating or marrying modern women is a game with humongous negative expectations. That means the more you play, the more you lose. Do you really blame guys for choosing to follow the crowd in that case? An independent man doesn't despise women. He merely detests the game. Men going their own way is just a more contemporary version of an old game. Men are designed from birth to protect and provide for women. However, when women accuse us as males who go our own way of being misogynists, they are actually projecting and claiming that we despise them before we realize that it is they who do. That, or they are simply too illiterate to understand that men and women are fundamentally different from one another and that we don't typically harbor the same absurd grievances and sentiments. Women, however, don't fear males. Most men, they are aware, will protect them from evil guys. Guess what? Contrary to popular myths about the Western world, divorce rates have decreased once more, and despite popular belief, the divorce rate is not at an all-time low or even very low. However, there is a twist to this statistic. Significantly fewer individuals are getting married, which results in a decrease in the number of divorces. Women are starting to worry. They see men leaving the game of relationships and marriage, and they don't really know what to do. So why does all of this favor men? Because it indicates that males are becoming more and more aware of the dangers of marriage. More and more men are going their own way. More and more men are choosing to not get involved in serious relationships with women. They are choosing not to get married since they are aware that it doesn't offer them enough. As women become more selective in whom they want to be with, men need to be educated about what women genuinely seek in men and how men are vulnerable to their misleading techniques. Without men, society cannot and will never be functional. Men need to defend their masculinity and dispel any notions that being a man is a terrible thing, as feminists would have you believe these days. All in all, going their own way has led a lot of men to realize how their lives were being wasted away through women trying to use them for their time, energy, resources, and validation. Men have realized that the attention given to women shouldn't be free. The cold and raw truth of why men are going away is essentially men realizing that they've had enough of the exploitation at the hands of women and the society that is increasingly hostile and unfair toward them. This includes the justice system as well as media and popular culture. To be precise, a man who has taken the figurative RP has officially decided that it is best if he goes his own way after realizing the truth about women and how they take advantage of and use men for their own personal gain. Guys go their own way when women mistreat them and take everything away from them without remorse. Men who take the RP learn more about the truths underlying the dynamics between men and women and understand how much more successfully they can live their lives without contemporary women. You could be thinking what wonderful news is that the divorce rate in the United States has fallen to a 50-year low. There might be a chance for someone like me to find love, marry, and have a happy marriage. Only 14.9 marriages out of 1,000 last year resulted in divorce. A 50-year low in the incidence. If you do the math on all marriages ending, that proportion comes out to be close to 50%, which may not seem like a very high percentage at first glance. The marriage rate in the United States dropped or just reached a record low in 2019. It has reportedly been declining quickly in recent years and just achieved a record low in 2019. I recently read an article that described how thousands of men were choosing to not get married. It was written by a female author, and she expressed her opinions on why this development had women worried all over. The article said that marriage rates were decreasing, and that it was a terrifying concept. Imagine dating a man for years, cohabiting, and giving the relationship your all without him ever having to put a ring on it. There would be no marriage, no wedding dress, and there would be no huge celebration with family and friends. What about the thought of having children without marriage? So, the author makes it sound like this is something that is already happening. I'm going to read an interview that is in another article where they are kind of under the impression that ladies are approaching them secondhand because they want to make the most of their fun years. There are two ways to look at it. Women are going out later and later purely for fun and casual dating. I'm not the only one noticing this. Then, when it's time for family, they say, okay, I need to locate a donor or a man. I have to defrost those eggs. Having a family now while I'm only 42. Well, a lot of men are saying, I'm out if we have children or if you show up for the deal with children already. Or they say, look, you want babies now. I'm 40, or if she's a little younger, the guy is 45, or anything of that effect. He says, man, I'll be 65, practically 70 years old by the time the kids are 20. I'm not interested because I wanted to have children when I was younger. So when a man is in his 20s or 30s and begins to live and earn money alone, he has long since stopped thinking of himself as a part of a couple. Before you know it, he says, hey, this isn't too bad of a bargain. Maybe I don't get to have kids and live with a wife, which is fine, because I'm really having such a good time. The article goes on to say that there has also been an increase in men's rights movements like Men Going Their Own Way and the Manosphere, where males in large numbers complain about how unfairly treated they are in relationships and in family courts. They're sick and weary of being treated unfairly by laws that discriminate based on gender. Because of this, millions of men are choosing not to get married at all. We discuss those laws as well as how society views us negatively. This is not something we internalize. I don't internalize anything that people say about me negatively or that society says about men, patriarchy, or anything else like that. The marriage rate has already dropped to its lowest level in history, and if my predictions come true, it will continue to do so because of new laws that come into effect that degrade men, disgrace men, and declare that men are terrible. So forget about it. We won't respond violently or engage in confrontational behavior along with marches and parades. We'll simply say, okay, fine, I'll do my own thing. I'll be happy on my own. I'll have a fantastic group of guy friends, and we'll go riding our motorbikes or hunting in the jungles. We'll do everything we possibly can to enjoy our lives and live in contentment. So, with all of this happening, women are starting to worry. They see men leaving the game of relationships and marriage, and they don't really know what to do. This is why women are frustrated as more men leave the game. Thanks for watching Man Reacts. Show us your love and support by liking this video, sharing it with your friends, and subscribing to the channel. And let us know your thoughts on this in the comments. We're always up for a healthy debate and discussion.